Hello, you're tuning in the English News Bulletin on QPVN channel. I'm Châu Nguyễn, and now let me keep you up to date with the headlines. New impetus for comprehensive strategic partnership between Vietnam and France. Vietnam proposes interregional cooperation model. Ministry of National Defense and Ministry of Health collaborate to take better care of people's health. The state visit to Vietnam by French President Emmanuel Macron from May the 25th to the 27th concluded successfully, marking a major step forward in the comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries. Diplomatic, economic, and cultural activities throughout the visit have not only reaffirmed the traditional friendship, but also significantly promoted cooperation across various fields.
During the visit, President Macron, accompanied by First Lady Brigitte Macron and a high-level delegation, laid a wreath and paid tribute to President Ho Chi Minh at his mausoleum. President Macron held talks with General Secretary Tô Lâm, President Luân Cường, and National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn. At his meeting with President Macron, President Luân Cường stressed France's important position in Vietnam's foreign policy and noted that France was the first EU nation to establish a comprehensive strategic partnership with Vietnam. On this basis, these two sides discussed a wide range of bilateral, regional, and global issues of mutual concern during all meetings. President Macron stated he would direct relevant agencies to complete the ratification of the EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement soon. He also praised Vietnam's efforts to address the EU's IUU fishing yellow card and pledged to work with the European Commission towards its early removal. The talks concluded with the signing of 14 major cooperation agreements in areas such as economy, defense, education, culture, and health. Notably, the Strategic Cooperation Framework Agreement between the two defense ministries laid a foundation for deeper security and defense ties. President Macron also visited prominent Vietnamese cultural and historical sites, including the Temple of Literature and the Imperial Citadel of Thăng Long, reflecting his respect for Vietnam's heritage and offering his deeper insight into the country's history and people. A highlight was the visit to Vietnam Fine Arts Museum by First Lady Brigitte Macron and Madame Ngo Phương Ly. Listening to stories about wartime struggles, Madame Macron expressed admiration for the Vietnamese people's courage and resilience. President Macron's visit serves as a milestone, the first by a French president in nearly a decade, and the first high-level exchange since the elevation of bilateral ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership in October 2024. The visit has reaffirmed both nations' commitment to deepening cooperation for the benefit of their people and in support of peace and development in the region and beyond.
On the morning of May the 27th in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính led a high-ranking Vietnamese delegation to attend the second ASEAN GCC summit.
The leaders of participating countries emphasized that cooperation between ASEAN and the Gulf Cooperation Council is a model of interregional relations based on dialogue, cooperation, and mutual respect, affirming their determination to substantively implement commitments with practical cooperation programs on the basis of the ASEAN GCC cooperation framework in the 2024-2028 period. Leaders of the countries welcomed the visibility study on the ASEAN GCC Free Trade Agreement, agreed on orientations to promote market connectivity, facilitate investment, trade, logistics, infrastructure, tourism, and labor cooperation, and exploit the potential for cooperation in such other fields as digital economy, digital transformation, renewable energy, artificial intelligence, and other emerging technologies, tourism cooperation, education, and human resource training. Speaking at the conference, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính highly appreciated the potential for cooperation and proposed ASEAN and the GCC jointly shape a new generation of inter-regional cooperation model on the basis of sincerity, substance, comprehensiveness, cohesion, and efficiency to make strong changes in development cooperation, enhance harmonious interest between the two sides, and contribute to peace, stability, and common development of the two regions and the world.
Within the framework of his official visit to Malaysia and his attendance at the 46th ASEAN Summit and related summits in Kuala Lumpur, on the morning of May the 27th, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính had meetings with Timor-Leste counterpart and Sultan of Brunei Darussalam.
During the meeting with his Timor-Leste counterpart, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính congratulated Timor-Leste on receiving unanimous support from ASEAN leaders for its admission as a new member of the bloc at the 47th ASEAN Summit, scheduled for October. He suggested that the two sides maintain exchanges and contacts at all levels, especially at high level, and proactively engage in discussions and coordination to reach cooperation agreements in areas of mutual interest, such as economy, trade, investment, agriculture, rice import and export, e-government, and digital transformation. For his part, Prime Minister Sanana Gusmao expressed his impression at Vietnam's remarkable achievements in socio-economic development. He showed his desire to make bilateral cooperation intensive and substantive, particularly in telecommunications, aviation, and education, and work closely and effectively together at regional and international multilateral forums, including ASEAN. The two leaders agreed to further deepen bilateral relations in the time ahead. They're also committed to maintaining high-level exchanges while effectively implementing signed agreements. Brunei Sultan opened the meeting by extending his deepest condolences to the Vietnamese state, government, and people over the passing of former state president Trần Đức Lương. Laying stress on the robust development of the Vietnam-Brunei relations over more than 30 years, the Sultan expressed his wish to visit Vietnam with the Queen this year to further strengthen the bilateral friendship and cooperation. For his part, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính expressed his gratitude for the Sultan's condolences over the passing of former state president Trần Đức Lương. He affirmed that relevant ministries and agencies will work closely with Brunei to ensure the success of the Sultan and Queen's Vietnam's visit this year. Regarding the bilateral cooperation, Prime Minister Chính asked Brunei to continue creating favorable conditions for Vietnamese firms operating in the areas of oil and gas, chemicals, and food. Both leaders are committed to effectively implement the Vietnam-Brunei Comprehensive Partnership Action Plan for 2023-2027, while increasing exchanges at all levels and promoting people-to-people connections, creating momentum to deepen bilateral ties in the coming time.
Coming up next, Ministry of National Defense and Ministry of Health collaborate to take better care of people's health. Vietnam Engineering Company Rotation 4 ready for peacekeeping mission. On the morning of May the 27th in Hanoi, a conference reviewing the 10 years of implementing the coordination regulations between the Ministry of National Defense and the Ministry of Health. Minister of Defense General Phan Van Giang and Minister of Health Đào Hồng Lan co-chaired the event.
Affirming the results achieved in 10 years of implementing their coordination regulations between the two ministries, Minister Đào Hồng Lan thanked the Ministry of National Defense and military medical officers and soldiers for their important contributions in taking care of the people's health. Particularly, the military medical sector has actively strengthened grassroots medical care in remote, border, and island areas, creating a solid foundation for building the defense medical potential in defensive areas. Military hospitals and clinics have participated in examining and providing medical treatment to millions of people each year, contributing to the reduction of hospital overload in the healthcare sector. On behalf of the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense, General Phan Van Giang applauded the coordination between the two ministries. He also hoped that the signed coordination regulation would be strongly carried out so that the work of taking care of community health can be better implemented.
The same day in Hanoi, Senior Lieutenant General Võ Minh Luong, Deputy Minister of Defense, received the Inspection Department of Cambodia's Ministry of Defense, led by its Director, General Ya Kim Mi.
Senior Lieutenant General Võ Minh Luong highly applauded the working results between the two defense ministry inspectorate agencies and emphasized that the inspection sector plays an important role in the military, contributing to building a strong military in terms of organization and discipline, enhancing the prestige and trust of the people in the military. He suggested the two agencies hold more meetings and exchanges and enhance experience sharing and specialized training. General Ya Kim Mi thanked the party and government of Vietnam for providing Cambodia with both material and spiritual support, contributing to the building of the Royal Cambodian Army. He expressed his hope that the two sides would further promote cooperation in defense, including inspection work, and actively educate the younger generation about the fine relations between the two countries.
A mission of the Vietnamese Ministry of Defense, led by its Deputy Defense Minister, Senior Lieutenant General Phạm Hoài Nam, paid a visit to Kazakhstan from May the 24th to the 26th.
During the visit, Senior Lieutenant General Phạm Hoài Nam had meetings with Major General Sidikov Bakibek Sapapekovich, Deputy Minister of Defense of the Republic of Kazakhstan, and Deputy Minister of Industry and Construction of Kazakhstan, Rakhimzan Yejanovich Isakulov. The two sides expressed their delight at the recent development in Vietnam-Kazakhstan's relations, especially during the official visit to Kazakhstan by General Secretary Tô in early May. The two sides also highly appreciated the results of defense cooperation between the two countries in recent times, notably in areas of delegation exchange, defense industry, and effective coordination within the framework of the International Army Games hosted by the Russian Ministry of Defense. The two sides agreed to continue carrying out cooperation in areas of mutual interest, namely delegation exchange, training, UN peacekeeping operations, and defense industry.
Recently, at the Military Engineering Technical School, the Engineering Corps conducted a comprehensive training inspection and joint exercise for Military Engineering Company Rotation 4, which will be deployed to UN peacekeeping mission. Having completed intensive technical training, the company will soon be officially transferred to the Vietnam Department of Peacekeeping Operations. They'll finalize their pre-deployment preparations before taking over duties from the Military Engineering Company Rotation 3, currently serving at the UNISVA in RBA.
On a meticulously designed training ground, the companies performed specialized engineering drills. These included constructing a field airstrip, helipad, military roads, and deploying a mobile repair station. The training content was closely aligned with real-life mission demands and the operational context at the UNISVA. From the outset, we focused on studying the situation at the mission site based on the experience of the engineering company rotation 1, 2, and 3. We've identified the key knowledge and skills needed, ensuring our personnel can immediately begin their duties upon deployment. With strong determination and a resilient spirit, members of the Engineering Company Rotation 4 have mastered the operation of specialized equipment and field engineering techniques. They've also improved their responses to various security and safety scenarios. During training at the school, our team worked diligently, stayed focused, and remained determined to take in every lesson. The training was practical and closely matched with what we expect to face at the mission. After the comprehensive training, I feel confident and well prepared. Beyond technical readiness, I carry with me Vietnam's message of peace and stand ready to face any situation that may arise in the host country. at the training field. Leaders of the engineering corps expressed confidence that the Military Engineering Company Rotation 4 will continue to uphold solidarity and overcome hardships to successfully complete their pre-deployment training, meeting the increasingly high standards of the UN.
And that's all for now. Remember, you can always watch news again at QPVN.vn. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.